I'm getting from this energy that you have a very humble aesthetic. You're putting together a very humble aesthetic. And although people look up to you, they somehow find some way to look down on you or to say that you're not as beautiful and godly as you are. Christ talked about Elijah being tormented, and he said that Elijah was tormented and they did awful things to this prophet. They're going to do the same thing to Jesus and anyone who follows him. People who, work hard to be what they feel like is what they're called to be, people who focus on being righteous are oftentimes abused, and that's just the way it is. I also got this card Messiah. The Messiah is coming, and some of the people I'm talking to right now in the collective are going to be considered the Messiah to their environment. And I feel like you might be going through some things right now, like that there's really nothing you can do to appease to this audience or this environment, this crowd. There's nothing you can really do to make them happy besides sticking true to who you are, and maybe sometime at some point they'll come around. Maybe they'll be removed and replaced. But I feel like you have a very humble aesthetic, and maybe people are taking it the wrong way. Like they don't really know where you come from or where you're going or why you are the way you are. I'm even hearing like for some people, somebody has a lot of money and they don't really put it out there how much they have. They might not even think of it in terms of amount. It's just really for them it's about the dream, is about whether or not they have enough to do what they want to do in life. Like somebody could be writing music and they need a lot to do what they want to do. Like for example, somebody in a studio, they need studio time. They might even have dreams of building their own studio. They need to pay off people who are helping them in different ways and things like this. Music videos cost a lot if you have the budget for it. And that's what I'm getting like is really, I feel like you're going beyond the dollar figure or the dollar amount or even the bottom line, because really the bottom line, the genuine bottom line here is that you do what makes you happy. Okay. So yeah, it's like the reason why these particular people who are around you don't support you is because you're doing something that they want to do, but it's like they haven't wrapped their mind around being able to do something like this. They're just attracted to you and what you're doing, and it makes them happy because you're on their level. Like you haven't done anything wrong is what I'm getting at. And there's no way that they can really chastise you except to just to do it for their own hatefulness and jealousy and etc. Somebody might be trying to figure out, how can I do better? How can I turn this energy around? What's going to happen is you're going to move away from these people, or these people are going to be removed and replaced, and you're not going to have to change anything. The people who appreciate you are going to be surrounding you. They're going to gravitate towards your energy, and it's a process. It's a process, but you're getting there. You're working towards it. You're working hard. You're working towards your goals every day. And you might start to notice it. You might start to see it. Like, okay, today feels different for some reason. I don't know what it is. I don't know what I've been doing. Of all the millions and trillions of things you've been doing behind the background, behind the scenes, unnoticed by the people who really want to help you and support you, whatever you've been doing is working. Okay, is making a difference. See it, but I feel like because you're doing so much, you won't be able to pinpoint exactly what's happening, what's making a difference. So you really can't overthink this. Just let things happen the way they happen, and keep making plans. Keep looking at the future. Keep focusing on the future. That's where you are right now. You're in the future, even if your surroundings and your current situation is still the present. It's something that you can be grateful for, but you're still focused on what comes next. You plan so far ahead. And I feel like some people probably do call you an overthinker, but they don't realize just how much goes into making this dream work. It's a lot, okay? And you have a lot of support and a lot of resources. Yeah, like these resources is small and it's subtle, and they're gonna start building and accumulating. But right now, when you use everything you have, the fact that you use everything you have is such a huge deal. It just means that when you have this abundance, so much that other people start to notice, you're still going to be thinking on the level of, well, what can I do? What can I do this year? What can I do next year? What can I do the year after the next year? That's going to put me closer to what this goal is. And also, it's important that you don't give up, that you don't quit, that you don't settle. Like, I think is a point that you keep looking forward, regardless of whether you accomplish your goals or not. Like, that's part of the planning and the journey, is to make sure that you have another finish line to cross. Like, for a runner, you jog, you race, you run these marathons, but even while you're running, you're still thinking about the next race. You're moving out of a lack mentality. You're moving out of, but also, like, it was never yours to begin with. Maybe you were just kind of running through the valley, and now you're really close to approaching the end of this phase. Um, every day you get closer and closer because you take steps, and you have your memories to refer back to. Yeah, I feel like when you started this journey, you had a nice amount of memories, a nice amount of good memories to think back about, and just feel, yeah, I did that. But somebody tried to latch onto you, and they didn't want you to remember how good you were. They wanted you to only think about things that they put in front of you, the negative voices. This person could have been a narcissist. But you have an intrinsic talent, an intrinsic skill to think positively. So it really doesn't matter what that person did. It had no effect on you. It left no scars. And this person is suffering. They might have come in contact with you recently. They might have saw you walking down the street, or maybe you saw this person as well. This person is torn up over the simple fact that you can smile, and they really thought that they had something over you. They were smiling at your pain, and now that you've grown through that, it's not you know it's not a matter of you pretending that it didn't happen. You actually got stronger because of it. So in the long run, they helped you, and they really messed up for themselves by betting against you. They tried to laugh at your pain, and now that they see that you've grown through what everything that they put you through, you're stronger because of them. They're like, she wasn't even that good looking before, and now she's like 10 times better. He really thought that he could stomp on you. He really thought that the next time he saw you, you were going to be not looking as good as you look right now. Okay. Yeah, you're in your emperor mode, but also I feel like you got an emperor coming towards you, or maybe you're walking towards an emperor. Like, you've got your eyes set on this new love, this person who supports you, and I also see him as, this is something interesting. I'm getting like, it's his higher self. This person who tried to beat you down into the ground, um, they have a higher self that they ignored because they genuinely admired you so much that they were jealous of you, and it made them fall into this depression, and the way they were treating you was based on these lower level vibrations that they felt. um I feel like it's actually the good side of him that's really encouraging you. It's like you're not dismissing this person. You're just looking at him from a different perspective. It's not like you have to regret this guy, or for this, for if I'm speaking to a masculine, you don't have to regret this feminine, um and what she put you through or how she treated you. You can just know that at some point she's gonna get her life back together, and it's gonna all be because of Christ, and you'll be able to separate whatever that was, whatever that abuse or trauma was. You know that this person has a good heart when they focus on God, and they, you might even start to see like genuine sides of them where they really just loved you. They just didn't know how to they didn't know how to deal with that love. I feel like they're going in circles trying to work through the pain, and it really has nothing to do with you at the end of the day. This pain is based off of their upbringing, because they feel like the way they love you is unfair because they didn't get that type of love. And basically it comes back to them not loving themselves the way they love you. And they just felt like they had to step back because they needed to love themselves before they could love you. I feel like this person may be a handsome, like maybe this is the person we're talking about right now. Like maybe this person is going through some mind bending activities where they look they look like gods, but they don't feel like it. And they're not being treated like it. And mostly because they don't treat themselves this way. I feel like they're going to land on whatever it is. Yeah, they're going to land on fertile ground. And this new thought, this new stable thought is going to be a place where they can really plant their roots and come back to a new persona that allows them to really reach the heights that they feel like they deserve. Because wherever they were, it was too toxic for them. They felt like they kept getting beat down. And then at the same time, they were being towards you. This could be somebody you haven't met yet, or maybe it's someone who you avoided. Like God put this person in your life so that you can feel his energy or her energy. And you're still learning from that situation, but you guys didn't actually end up being together because either he wasn't ready or she wasn't ready. Yeah, you guys had to spend some time apart. Maybe you're going to be meeting up with this person in August. You guys need to spend some time to recharge. So I feel like this person is coming back around full circle. This work that they're doing on themselves, it leads to you. Whoever this emperor is, it's like this person didn't let you go. In spite of everything that they put you through, they still made you the center of their world. They still made you their focus. And so I feel like they're going to come back around because they put in the work. At this point, they put in the work. And then they also, I feel like they want to get back on the same page with you, but they're going to have to do a lot more work than they've currently done. And whatever they're doing right now, like almost feel like they're competing with you. Like they see how good you are, and then they say I have to go back and do some work and try to get back on his or her level. But at the same time, being competitive like this is going to keep them in the background. Like they really need to do work on themselves and not just trying to catch up with you. They need to be focused on their own upbringing, their own way of seeing things and seeing life. They have a lot of learning to do. So now I'm feeling like when you guys do meet up again, when your energies cross paths, that's what's going to happen. This person is going to realize that, oh, I'm never going to be able to conquer this person. I'm never going to be able to outshine this person. And maybe they'll realize that that's the problem that they need to work on, trying to one up. Yeah, so this person just feels like you are so beautiful, and they want to mirror you. That's what I'm feeling like. They are just infatuated by your presence, and it's like it's going to take a lot of work for them to realize that they themselves are attractive. You guys actually might have a lot in common. Like, you guys actually might have similar features, but like, it's just like the total opposite energy behind those different looks. Like, thoughts really do matter, and if you're pressing towards your goal, you might have this look and appearance of being very a bit ambitious, but at the same time, this person is pressing towards you. His ambitions are to beat you. It's almost like, like if you're running a race, and now I see his heartbeat is racing just to get closer to you, but it's because he wants to win this race. He wants to win your race. He's very competitive. It just like, I feel like there's no stopping him really. He's just really trying to get a leg up over you. And I'm trying not to see this as a negative thing, because I feel like it's just, maybe this is just something you have to deal with in this new phase, in this new era, and the space that you're occupying is just, it's gonna make you, it's gonna make guys chase you, or this could be women chasing a masculine as well. King of Swords. So you got Knight of Swords and King of Swords in reverse. This is what I feel like is gonna be something that you work on. Getting your thoughts together and staying on track with your goals, regardless of the people chasing you and trying to one up you and get a leg up and all of these things. Just keep remaining true to yourself, because at the end of the day, that's all that matters.